What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I know it's been a little bit of a while since the last video, but trust me, there's a good reason for that. A good reason that I do not owe you. Today we are going to be talking about Caleb Hammett, or AKA the Drip King.
Yo, guys, get the Grizzly.
Caleb is a lacrosse player hailing from state that I don't know and I don't really care to research. Okay, I could have been a little bit more thorough in my investigation. I literally could have just looked at his page. He's posted up in UMass apparel all the time. He goes to Massachusetts. Not a far stretch of the imagination from Massachusetts, okay? Don't know why I was so lazy. And he posts, I suppose, what you would call inspirational content?
Guys, God has changed my life in more ways than I could ever tell you guys, and you have no idea how excited I am to announce this. But guys, I am coming out with my own Christian clothing line.
He's just selling clothing. You know, last time I checked, I actually think it is one of the 7 virtues to sell $35 t-shirts to 12-year-olds. I actually think Christ did that himself. On Instagram and TikTok, I think he's got about 2 million followers on TikTok. Let me tell you, first and foremost, folks, I did zero research. I found one of his TikToks. I watched it. That's it. This isn't like, actually, that's all I'm basing this off of, is the one video I saw and then the other few that I kind of perused a little bit. So this is just my unprofessional opinion. From what I can find on Instagram, it looks like the Drip King is a lacrosse player who does Christian-based motivational content geared towards dudes. I think it's geared toward dudes. Yeah, that's who we're talking about today. So let's get right into it.
We're going back in time to Ellis Island to get
Chaney.
That means your boyfriend is not loyal. A guy like me, I would never have 2 girlfriends. It would only be you. Wait, what'd you say? No, leave the Bugatti up front. I'm going to bring my Maybach out in a second, so just leave it right there. Oh,
That's funny. I'm already going to be too harsh on this guy, I can tell. First of all, overused joke, on my opinion. Overused joke. That's kind of been beaten to death in terms of jokes on the internet that I have seen. Not very creative, not very funny, but I think he's doing it just to tease, you know, the 12-year-olds that follow him. That, like, I guess they want to vicariously date Olivia Dunn through him, which is something that you'll see a lot in these comments, like, it's due time, brother. It's due time. Heart emoji. That's sweet. It's just strange to think he felt compelled enough to comment that he's like, hey man, we're looking out for you. You deserve a girlfriend. Why does he? That's parasocial. Ruben says, bro, your camera was on. I think you said something about a Bugatti. Don't think you wanted the fans to know about it yet? You see what Okay, well, like, majority of his fan base is children. I love you, Drip King. Thanks for saving my cat from a tress. Here he go, clout Jason. Some people see straight through the facade. Some of his fans are real ones, you know, but they still support him, of course, because he has 10 seconds for God. Loyal King, yeah, bro, I need it, Drip. Bro, stop posting about her. She don't want you. It's getting really annoying seeing you in my feed talking about her. Thanks for letting me celebrate my graduation on your private island. I think, wasn't it Little St. James was his island? No one's gonna know what I'm talking about. Disclaimer before I start digging too deep and starting to say things that some people might find sacrilegious or offensive to Christians, I must say that I was raised very devout Catholic. You know, the right one. So I have respect, and I feel like I should pay all due respect to Christianity, and I don't mean to just rag on it. Okay? He makes him very lame, not gay. Little bit of added context here for this one. I say lame, not gay, because I had a comment call me out for using gay as an insulting term. Listen, all right? I'm not trying to insult the gay guys or the gay girls, for that matter. That's none of my business. That's not my department, okay? I will not be using gay in a derogatory sense, at least not intentionally, anymore. Instead of gay or lame, I'm gonna come up with a synonym. Disabled. Okay, so Drip King has some disabled content. Some very stupid videos about Christianity and just about things in general. It seems kind of shilly. I might be honest, it feels a little bit shilly. You'll watch some of them. I mean, he's reused the same caption, and I think 3 posts where he's like, a year ago, my life was nothing. I had nothing going on. I was partying. I was lost. I was not found. And today, now I'm saved. Now I'm saved, and I play lacrosse. That's essentially his whole brand, from what I can glean from his Instagram. That's all I see is his Instagram. He's Christian, and he plays lacrosse, and he's a lot of followers for that for some reason, and he sells $35 t-shirts. That's all I know. That is my rundown of the Drip King. I don't follow the Drip King. I don't think I want to follow the Drip King. Me personally, lacrosse, kind of a hack sport.
Kind of just a wild one. Not a personal fan of lacrosse. I'll just be honest with you. That's just me personally.
Very bold opinion. Very bold opinion. I don't even know why I'm dying on this hill. I feel like a race traitor saying I don't like lacrosse.
You know, it's like, I think lacrosse is America's cricket. And, shoot me, all right? Crucify me for that opinion. This is also coming from somebody who does not get a lot of physical activity in general, okay? I ran track in high school, so take my opinion with a grain of salt, folks. But lacrosse is kind of the cricket of American sports. Let's just be real. People that are in lacrosse, they will not let you hear the end of how great lacrosse is and how amazing it is and how good it is for your body and how it's, oh my gosh, it's so exciting. It's like football. It's like the Super Bowl. No, it's not. You watch one lacrosse game and you watch one football match and you'll know which one you prefer. That's all I'm saying.
The fan base that he puts together here appear to be actual children. And they're just little kids. They're just little kids. And of course they're children, and I pity them a little bit, but it's part of being a child that you have to, be a little bit silly and maybe naive. That's part of growing up. But at the same time, this makes me a little bit frustrated with the type of stuff that he does. It's so obviously a grift. I mean, I'm sure maybe he's a Christian. I'm sure maybe he believes genuinely everything that he tells, every time he has a 10-second pray time, every time that he makes hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm sure he means what he says. I just don't think it's right. I don't think it's right to take advantage of these children and sell like t-shirts and fucking like different kinds of clothing and like drip sticks. Like, he's grifting. It's such a grift. It's not about like a personal relationship with his fan base who appreciate the art that he makes or the value that he offers. Like, he's got no perspective. He's not motivational. The guy just he spits out the kind of shit you'd hear from any Christian individual. He's not like a good public speaker. He's not like an inspiring story or individual. He keeps trying to make himself one. He's posted like 6 or 7 times about how inspirational he is, but like he's just is not. It's not that. He's just not all there. He's not what he thinks that he is, but fortunately enough, he's found enough children to hop on his back, I guess.
Drip King, Christian TikTok content. It's an interesting combo for that guy, because I mean, you'll see some of the stuff he posts a little bit inconsistent with a lot of Christian teachings.
Also, maybe worth mentioning, Drip King is canonically Catholic. He said so himself. So I didn't know that. Just worth mentioning, because they're a hell of a lot stricter than most Christian sects.
He has this format he does where he's basically just recreating the Chad Virgin meme, and he goes like he'll stand like this and be like he'll say some shit where it's like, I party 5 times a week, and he's like, but then there's the Chad one where he's like standing like back up straight, flexing his muscles, wearing his cross uniform. And he'll go like, I pray 5 times a week. And he's like twitching. He's like twitching in like his hands, which means he's a beast. He's kind of like going beast mode Christianity-wise, which kind of a misconception among the youth in terms of Christianity is that the majority of Christianity, from what I can tell, is kind of, docile. It's all about forgiveness. It's all about, doing the right thing, being a good person. It's not really about like war-torn evangelization by the sword. You're being confused with one very popular other religion that is not Christianity. We don't really get into that much anymore these days, and being like super beast mode, epic sauce, Chad lifter, it's not really the vibe of Christianity. I mean, like, it's all about humility and being a genuinely good person. I mean, like, look at the monks. Look at the monks, fellas. They're not out Chad lifting, They're not following trad western on Instagram.
Just to give a bit of an example here of Drip King's lack of actual dedication to his craft, he quotes a Bible verse from Proverbs 3 where he says, "She is more precious than rubies," which is a massive misattribution of that line, because she is not a physical woman. She, it's referring to wisdom as a woman. Blessed are those who find wisdom, those who gain understanding, for she is more profitable than silver and yields better returns than gold. She is more precious than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with her. It's not talking about a girl. And he's used that exact Bible quote maybe 3 or 4 or 5 times in TikTok to drive home the point of like, see, Christians respect women, which they do. But this isn't the line you want to use. I think he should maybe take a line out of this that says, honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. That means giving to God what is to God. You know what I mean? Giving him money from your hard work, or giving him your first fruit. That's what he says. But he doesn't do that. Instead, he uses God to make $35 $35 t-shirts. Just a point I'm making. I'm not actually super devout. I'm not somebody who's pointing and saying, oh, I'm better than him. I'm only saying the inconsistency is what bothers me. Post like this. A year ago, I was at an all-time low point, couldn't eat, sleep, has zero motivation. I decided to get into my faith, and a year later, God blessed me with the life I always prayed about. Just want to say I genuinely love you all, and being able to be myself, spread my faith has been the biggest blessing of them all God did. This the real fam. That's what I had to say about that. I agree with Liam Smith here. Hey man, love the outfit and love you, God bless. I love your videos. You are so inspiring. I love your drip. If you look at my IG post, I have some of your eye black designs. Zayden Murphy. If that ain't the whitest name you ever seen, huh? A mix between everybody's favorite white guy, Zane, and then also Braden or Hayden or Jaden. You know, there's a lot of Aidens, or just Aiden, or just Aiden. Zayden. That's a new one. No offense to Zayden here. Nothing personal against Zayden. Everybody, don't go harass Zayden. Don't go follow him in real life. Don't go fight him. Don't go touch him. Don't go pinch him or fight him. I just think it's funny. I'm just yakking. You know, I'm just dragging Zayden because his name's Zayden. Rick Grimes says, I want money. Love you, Drip King. Please follow, says Gavin Speaker. You guys look so cute together. I'm a big fan of on TikTok and Insta. That's his sister that he's talking about when he says they look cute together. I think he's misconceiving a little bit of it. I don't even think he read the description. Drip Family with an O. This is why they call him Drip King and not the Drip Kid. A true inspiration. Please follow me back. And then he responded with the hand spraying emoji. W, follow me back, big dog. He didn't like the comment, so I don't think he did. Can you please follow me? I pray to God every day. I'm joining lacrosse this year. I couldn't last year because of football and wrestling, but I swear I'll be riding the bench. But I will still have the best drip of all time. I played yesterday that you could follow me. Lord, make it happen. One like from himself, and then he said it would be some motivation for me. Another like from himself.
I'm not trying to take on the Christian faith. I'm not trying to take on lacrosse, okay? It sounds like I am with some of the things that I've said so far, but just trust me here, okay? I'm just talking about Drip King.
Next question. Do I do no fam?
The individual, or at least the apparatus that poses as a lacrosse playing TikTok guy. He seems pretty vain. You know, he posts a lot of himself being sexy. He posts a lot of himself being lax, being a lacrosse guy. The only reason I point this out, okay, is not because that's a problem in itself. It's just that the inconsistency with the Christianity and the fact that his followers are all like, amen, amen, Drip King, you're the son of God, Drip King, we love you, Drip King. Please, Drip King, save us. Please, Drip King, save me. That's the vibe I get from his comment sections. And then you see him selling shirts for $35. I don't know. That doesn't sound like a guy who's like super humble and has had his life all changed. Sounds like a kid who plays lacrosse.
I don't know why I threw so much venom on that lacrosse. It's really not that bad.
And has found a way to become successful on TikTok and use it to his monetary advantage. I don't think that this guy is some kind of saint. And that's the only problem I have with his whole shtick. It's not about the fact that he does it or that he's self-centered or whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter to me. It's just the inconsistency between him being like, I have the Lord saves me, the real king, you know, like, God is the way, the truth, and the light. You know, you can say that all you want, but when you don't really believe it because you don't really act it in your $35 t-shirts, I feel like you're opening yourself up for a little bit of criticism. That's all. And I mean, you're using Bible verses to justify certain things when there are other Bible verses that will totally invalidate what you say, and the way that you act goes against what your Bible verses say. There's inconsistency there, Drip King. Who the hell is Drip King? Why do I care? That he's lying to you. He's not really like a devout Christian. Goes against a lot of the Christian teachings, and he's shilling garbage, you know, like a lot of, you know, influencers are. The second that you get enough followers, you build like a Wix self-made website where you're selling t-shirts to children, you know.
Cannot explain how much God has changed my life and blessed me over the past 18 months. From drinking, hookups, trying to fit in, and no money to releasing my own Christian clothing line this Friday and having our best eye black drop to date by far. Let me tell you, the blessings do not come overnight, but God has so many great things in store for you. Trust Him and He will always deliver. I love you all like family. Thank you for being a part of changing my life. I don't know if I would sell super marked up products to children in my family. I don't know if I had any siblings who were under the age of 11. I don't know if I would be like, hey man, you want to buy this shirt that you can find on Depop for $10 for $35? You know what I mean? Am I making a point here? Am I beating a dead horse at this point? I feel like feel like this is a fair take, okay? Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. The caption is deep. For real, bro. There you go. Yeah, fucking stroking your there for a split second. And like the main thing that
Genuine
got him here
question.
was Olivia Dunn. The kind of fan base that he conducts and the kind of stuff that he makes isn't exactly life-changing or like worth the amount of money that he makes. And I think it's just a bit unrealistic. So obviously just grifting. I mean, hey, props to him. I'm not upset. I'm not really dragging the guy for grifting. I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. Just acknowledge that he almost definitely is. And maybe he does believe the prayer thing, of course. Sure, you can practice the prayers. Sure, you can say whatever you want. You can tell people you love God so much. That's perfectly fine, okay? And I'm sure he believes it, but at the same time, doesn't really live it all that much. It's just textbook Christian grift. That's all.
Do you have 20 seconds for God?
I don't.
But that's all. I don't know if this video is going to do all that well. I don't know if people even care about Drip King, and I don't even know if I'm going to get attacked by Drip King. Maybe Drip King's going to wipe me out. Maybe he'll wipe my ass. Maybe Drip King will wipe my ass. And by that, I mean he'll, like, take me down. Not like he'll be wiping my ass with a toilet paper. I don't mean that. I don't know what I'm talking about. Good video, bad video, I don't give a shit. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I guess you'll see me in the next one. And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I've traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my